Be willing to change, because when you are on this personal development journey, you will be a different person starting, and you're going to be meeting various different versions of yourself. So you will keep developing, you will keep being different versions of yourself, and the versions will get better and better and better. It's literally like you being 1.2, 1.3 versions of you. You have to be willing to let go of the old. Out with the old, in with the new. Literally, that's what this journey is about. That's what personal development journey is about. And along the way, as you go through your personal development journey, you will heal along the way. You will heal along the way. And that's why when people say, oh, well, personal development is different to self-healing. Is it though? Is it though? Because along the journey, you will need to face yourself. And when you face yourself, there will be things that you might not necessarily like. And it takes healing in order for you to move on and become that next version of yourself. And a quick disclaimer with regards to healing. Healing is not easy. Healing is not easy. It is messy. Healing can be messy, snotty, crying. Like, healing can look so different for everyone. So tap into your own journey. Tap into how that will be for you. Don't be discouraged by people talking about how hard healing is. Yes, it's hard, but your hard and their hard may be two different things. So don't be discouraged. Don't allow others to discourage you from working on yourself and developing and doing the things that you need to do in order for you to better yourself. The journey might not necessarily be of you doing every day. Like, it might consist of you, working on yourself, pausing for a bit, and you starting again. Like, and it doesn't have to be a go. You can literally pause at any moment. You can, in fact, I encourage it. And because of that, I'm going to be taking breaks from posting videos just so that you can have a break. Yeah, and it's one of those things, even if I am posting, because like I said, this is a whole program. This is a whole year program that I have designed. So one video at a time, we're healing, we're developing, we're growing. So even if you feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't watch C-Positivista today. Like, I can't watch her. I can't watch her today because I'm not on it. I'm not trying to work on myself. Pause the video. Don't play the video until you are ready. Like, I've got a confession, right? I used to but like, I was watching Hayley Melinda and Sterling Record for the Record podcast. I love the podcast, but there was a time where I needed to press pause on marriage preparation. I needed to press pause on on sort of like watching that, because for me it was like, damn, there's still so much that I need to work on myself prior to marriage. There's still so much. So because of that, I had to press pause. But eventually I'll go, girl, like, Hayley, if you're watching this, don't worry, I'll be back in the comment section again. I'll be watching again. But it's real. Like, sometimes you need to press pause and being honest about it with yourself and say, you know what? I'm not on it. I'm not on it. I don't want to do it. It's cool. Press pause. It's okay. All right. I'm not going to be mad. In fact, I'll be proud of you. Like, I'll be super proud of you because you have exercised self-awareness. Pause when you're ready to pause. And with healing, like, healing can come with changes, like changes with environment. You might move. You might move houses. You might decide, you know what? I can't heal in my parents' house. I can't heal here because this is where all the hurt has come through. Like, have you ever heard of the saying, you cannot heal in the same environment where the pain was caused? Like, where you were broken, you might not be able to heal from that same environment. So if you need to move. But don't move out of ego, like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Like, prepare yourself. If you know that, you know what, I can no longer handle this. It's too much. The pressure is getting worse. Like, if you feel like it's too much, plan. If it's a working environment, plan your exit strategy. Yeah, be strategic about it and be prayerful about it, and really sit down and say, you know what do I need? What is this healing journey, personal development journey going to need or require for me to do? It might require for you to get up and leave your parents' house. Sometimes you need to leave the house. It's not that you don't love your parents anymore. It's not that you don't love your parents anymore. It's the fact that you have recognized that that place is a toxic environment and you need to leave. And you need to leave in order for you to become better. And just sometimes it's not even about becoming better. Sometimes it's about you being able to leave because they're holding you back from being able to do certain things. That might even be the case. And healing will come with changes, you know, in regard to like relationships. Listen, I don't know if I've spoken about this enough on my channel, but one of the first things that I done when I started this journey was I let go of my best friend. Like, I let go of my best friend, and we were close and we did everything together, and you know, where she was I was, and all of that stuff. But I just felt like I needed to leave that environment. I needed to leave that friendship. And it's not because they're bad or anything like that. I just felt like I needed to go solo. I needed to go on my own. Literally, I needed to go on my own because this was a very personal journey. Maybe I didn't do it in the best way. Maybe, you know, there could have been a conversation, but I just knew within myself that if I was going to continue with this on bettering myself and working on myself and healing myself, I knew that I needed to leave the friendship. Really look into that. Look around the relationships that you have. Look around the friends, the people that you have. And it's not always beef. Do you get it? It's not always beef. Like, sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, where I'm going and where you're going, two different places, and that's okay. We carried each other throughout that place to here, but it's now time for us to go our separate ways. And it's one of those things where sometimes you might have to be the bigger person and call the shots and be like, you know what, this is it, because the other person might be feeling it too. Do you know how hard it is when the other person is feeling like, no, we got to break up still, we got to go separate ways still, but they don't want to be the one to do it? I felt it and I said, right, one of us has to make this. One of us has to do this, because it's obviously not working. And sometimes when you're constantly having clashes with someone, you're constantly having clashes in the workplace, and when there is chaos coming in constantly, maybe that's God's way of saying, hey, it's time for you guys to separate. But sometimes we can be so stubborn. As human beings, we can be so stubborn. We don't want to let go. We don't want to, you know, oh my gosh, I've been friends with this person for years. All my days, if I'm not friends with them, I will die. You won't die. I promise you, you won't die. I promise you. And sometimes, you know, people are in your life for a season. Sometimes people are in your life for a lifetime. Sometimes people are in your life just to see you through. And it's a lot of the times there's an exchange where it's like, you got what you needed to get from this, I got what I needed to get from this, and it's okay now. It's okay. It's time for us to separate. And that was one of the hardest things. That was one of the hardest things that I did on this journey. If you ask me what's one of the hardest things, that was one of the hardest things that I did, you know. But it's one of those things where I look back and I'm just like, I just wish that person the very best. I just wish that person the very best. And I'm so grateful for what they done for me. I'm so grateful for what they done to me, and it's done for me. And it's one of those things where I may never get the opportunity to say thank you. I may never get the opportunity to, you know, to look at that person and say, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much for everything that yourself and your family did for me. You know, and sometimes the good that we do, sometimes you won't necessarily reap the benefits of it from the person that you're helping, but God always has a way of of reimbursing, should I say. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for that friendship. Like, I don't know where I would have been without that friendship, literally. But there was also time where I was like, all right, cool, it's time, and I had to call it. So you have to make, there's gonna be difficult decisions to make throughout this journey. There's going to be difficult decisions, and you're gonna have to make those decisions. There's going to be people in your life where you're gonna have to cut off these people, and that's just something that you're gonna have to do. Try to do it in the most respectful and loving way. It's not about, yeah, like, nah, like, we're no longer on the same level. No, like, it's not about the ego. Put the ego aside. It's about saying, we are taking two different turns, and I'm so grateful for everything. I'm grateful for, everything that we went through, the lessons, the blessings, but it's now time for us to separate. Like there's nicer ways that you can do it. There's nicer ways that you can do it. So take all of that into consideration. Be willing to change, and being willing to change also goes into how people see you will change. Like, people's perception of you will change, and how you see other people will also change. Like, you've got people who will look at you and be like on your personal development journey, like, as you're working on yourself, people will literally be like, who does this person think they are? Like, who do you think you are? Like, they might not say it to you, or some people are bold enough to say it to you, but you've got people that will literally think that you think you're better than everybody else, and you never uttered that from your mouth to say that you're better than them. And there's going to be a lot of projections. There's going to be a lot of projections. People will be projecting their insecurities into you, but remember, that's only because you working on yourself is reminding them of the work that they're not doing for themselves or on themselves. So you have to build a tough skin. You're just going to have to build a tough skin, because it's not easy. It's going to be hard, but guess what? If it was easy, everybody will be doing it. Everyone and their mum and their dog will be doing it. So you just have to sit down and be like, all right, cool. All right, this is just what I got to do. And you do it. You go with it and you do what you need to do. As you're working on yourself, as you are on this journey, be in the present moment. Do your very best to be in the present moment as much as you can be. And the reason I say that is because yesterday's gone. So thinking about all the things that happened yesterday and pondering on it and thinking about it and whatever, that is going to keep you in a negative frequency, in a low vibrational place. You don't want to do that. Be in the present moment and just be grateful for this very moment, and just be able to do the things that you can, the things that you can control right now, the things that you can do right now, you do. Tomorrow, you've not even reached there. Like, you don't even know if tomorrow is gonna, like, you're gonna reach tomorrow. It's so important for you to focus on today. Focus on today. Focus on the work that that you've put in already. Like, there's gonna be moments that you're gonna feel like, oh, you feel like nothing's changed. You feel like you're still in the same situation. You feel like you've written down your trauma. You've identified what's going on. You're now going into therapy. You might feel like, you know what, nothing's changed. Nothing's changing. But you need to stay consistent. You need to be patient with yourself, and you need to be able to say, you know what, I'm in the present moment. I'm in the present moment, and I'm just going to be here because this is all I have. This is all you have. You just have the present moment. This is all you have. This is all you own. Your present moment. You really need to be patient with yourself, because there's going to be times where you're going to get on your own nerves. You're going to get on your own nerves, because you're going to think like, why can I not just get over it? There were times where I just kept replaying what happened to me. I kept replaying it over and over and over again. And there was a part of me that was starting to get fed up with myself. You're not going to change until you get sick of it. You have to get sick of it. You have to be like, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. You have to be like, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I don't even want to be in this place anymore. Yeah? Like, once you've spoken about it, once you've said what needed to say, you just let go. You let go. Yeah? Just talk about it, write it down. You know, once you go into therapy, when you come home, don't talk about it. You spoke about it in therapy, leave it in therapy. And if you need to process later on, of course, process later on, but be in the present moment as much as you can. There's that part of you that's like, oh, get over it, like it's done now, we're done. But then there's also another part of you, like it's literally you versus you. Like your mind, like what you think, how you process is so important. Because when you sit down and you say to yourself, mind, we're not going to think about this anymore. Sometimes you have to check yourself. Whether it's you looking in a mirror, you have to speak life. You have to say, yes, I've gone into therapy. What I've spoken about in therapy, mind, don't be reminding me of that until it's time for us to sit down and process. The amount of times I had to look at myself in the mirror, the amount of times I had to really talk to myself and talk myself through it and be like, listen, we're not gonna do this replaying the memory, replaying what was said, replaying what. There were times where I was sitting, I can literally be living my own life, doing my own thing, and I'll be like, I can't even believe that they said that. I can't even believe that they did this. I can't even believe. It's the nervous system. You need to, like, your nervous system is still, is still going through changes. Yeah, it's going through changes. So there's time where, like, there's gonna be a part of you where you feel like, no man, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I spoke about it. And then later on, your nervous system, I can be washing the dishes and then old things are coming in. I had to reprogram my mind, rewire. Yeah, it's like getting rid of the old programming, is getting rid of the old programming and putting in a new program. So what you're doing now, as you started this journey now, is you literally reprogramming, like removing. You have to remove. It's you removing the stuff and cleansing your mind. And how you do that is by cutting the noise. Stop listening to this dega music. Stop watching certain dega TV shows. Like these things, they're not taking you nowhere. They're taking you right back to your trauma. And that's long. That's long, because it's almost like the work that you're doing, you're then undoing it by watching all of these weird negative stuff. Like, you're either committed to this journey or you're not. And that's okay. If you're not ready, you're not committed, that's okay. But be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I'm not ready. You need to be honest with yourself and be patient with yourself, because Rome, as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So not everything's going to be done in one day. Gosh, a month is not enough. A month is not enough. 2 months is not enough. You need to give yourself time. You need to give yourself time. I say this on my channel all the time. My journey started 2018. 2018 I started that journey, and I've not looked back. Has it been a consistent thing every day? No. I've done it. I've paused, worked on myself, paused, went back to some of my old stuff that I used to do, went back to listen, we all do it. This is not about me showing that I'm perfect, because God is still working on me. You stay there. God is still working on me. God is still working on me. And I'm still being patient with myself, and I'm still showing myself empathy and all of that stuff. Be patient with yourself. Compassion towards yourself. Because this journey is not easy. It's not for the weak. And you set boundaries from early. You want to start going to bed early. Let your friends know. Let your friends know that, listen, I've set this boundary for myself, and I've said to myself that I'm not going to answer the phone at certain hours. Could you guys please help me with that? Accountability. Get accountability partners. And be like, listen, I just need you guys. Can you guys not call me at a certain time, because I'm not going to answer. I've said to myself that, I want to go to bed early just so that I can work on myself. Like, you don't even need to open up and things like that. You can just say, I'm just, I just don't want to be speaking late on the phone anymore, or whatever. See, a girl like me, I used to be on the phone to my friends for hours. God, tell me what we were talking about. We were just talking on the phone for hours. I'll be in the shower and I'm talking to my friend. Like now I sit down and I'm like, what? Literally, big girl like me. Obviously, I was still younger. Like, do you know what I mean? But still, that's not the point. Like, you won't catch me on the phone for ages. Now, I rather see someone in person. Like, if we're gonna have a quick chat, we're having a quick chat. Da, 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 da. If we're gonna talk on the phone for ages, it's either something's bothering you and we're having a conversation, and you know, and that deserves a long conversation. Just like that, on a daily basis, talking to people on the phone for time. Why? So I've set boundaries for myself from very early on. And there were times where, because I wasn't respecting my own boundaries, my friends would then not respect it, because it's like, well, you're not respecting your boundaries. Because there were times where I'll be like, oh, well, my bedtime is this time, and then I'll still be picking up the phone, or I'll still be calling them or speaking to them. So if you're setting boundaries for yourself, in order for the people around you to respect the boundaries that you have set for yourself, it's about you being consistent with the boundaries that you have set. Yeah, in order for others to start respecting your boundaries, you have got to respect your own boundaries first. Don't then start breaking what you have set for yourself, because if you now break your own boundaries, your own stuff that you said you weren't gonna do anymore, and then now other people are now breaking it, you set the standard. You set the standard. So regulate. Yeah, regulate. And start now. Like, start from early. And sometimes you don't even have to voice it. Just start not picking up at a certain time, and if they ask about it, just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just trying to go bed early these days. Like, I'm just trying to do things differently. Like, you don't have to tell everybody everything that you're doing. Like, keep some stuff to yourself. Keep stuff to yourself. Live a private life. Listen, what I've learned is that I've done a lot of things publicly. I shared a lot of things publicly, and when I say publicly, I'm referring to like with family and friends and people around me. And it got to a point where I said, actually, I just want to live a private life. And when I tell you, privacy, my God, it's nice over here. It's nice on this side, because no one knows anything. Like, if you've started a new goal, or you started a new goal, you started a new thing, and it fails, no one knew anyway, so you don't have to explain anything to anybody. Whether that's a relationship, like with relationships, I always say, don't tell anyone until you've gone through that 3 months. Like, when the relationship is going solid for 3 months, 3 to 6 months, and then start telling people. And I'm not talking about situationship, I'm talking about a relationship that you have both sat down and you have agreed that this is a relationship. Yeah, 3 months, don't tell no one. Just let it build that foundation first. Let that be a foundation, a strong foundation. You know, the doctors say that to pregnant women all the time. Like, when you're pregnant, in the first 3 months, don't share nothing with anyone. Like, don't tell anyone. Like, you know, because anything can happen in those 3 months. Anything can happen in those 3 months. You know, some people want to do 6 months. Keep it to yourself. Keep your things to yourself. Your visions, your goals, keep them to yourself. Because what other people don't know, they can't come and mash up. And another thing that I've learned is that anything you don't want anyone to know, don't even tell one person. Because sometimes that one person that you're telling, they also have that one person that they must go and tell. Like, oh my gosh, like I have to tell my man, like, especially people in a relationship. Just know, if your friend is in a relationship, 99.9% of the time, their man know your business. Oh yeah, girl, don't say nothing to nobody. Like, girl, yeah, don't say nothing. Somebody knows. Somebody knows your business. Their man knows your business. And be honest with yourself. Like, be honest with what you need. Like, what is it that you need? Do you need support? Do you need someone to help you with something? Like, you know, you might want to get a coach. You might want to, I don't know, speak to your religious leader. Like, it just depends on where you are, what resources you have. Use the resources, use the people that are around you. Ask for help. If you know you need help, ask for help. If you know you need prayer, ask for prayer. But just know, ask God to lead you on who to go to and who to speak to. Because a lot of the times when we're going through something, we want to carry it alone. We want to carry it by ourselves. But sometimes you can you can put a prayer request without actually saying what it is. You can just say, "Oh, just pray for me," or "Could you just pray for me?" Like, like God knows what it is. Just pray for me, and just just pray that I'm gonna be alright and stuff, and everything's gonna be alright. Sometimes it doesn't have to be, brother Funke, sister Funke. God forgive. Sometimes it's not about oh, so and so is going through this. Like, they don't have to announce it in church, man. They don't have to announce it, anywhere that you're going through trials and tribulations. Sometimes it's just about, oh, could you just pray for me? Like, oh, what would you? Is there a particular thing? Oh no, I just just want to pray that everything's gonna be alright. I'm okay. Some people want to know. Some people they want to know. Like, oh yeah, is there a particular thing that you want me to pray for? Because they're nosy. Not because they're trying to pray, because they're nosy. So discern, develop that discernment where you can discern whether this person is genuinely for you, genuinely wanting to advise you, or wanting to pray for you, or they're just being nosy. Yeah. And finally, be open. Be open, because life will throw curveballs. Not all of those are bad. Like, some of them, catch them. Like, watch life unfold. Watch life unfold, and just acknowledge some of the lessons, acknowledge some of the things that will take place as you're healing, as you're developing. Like, some people might fall off. It might not even be that you need to talk to them and tell them that life will just happen. Like, life will just happen, things will just happen, and you're thinking, raw, like, life's changed, things have changed. Yes, that's what this journey is all about. That's what this journey is all about. So put your seatbelt on, right? And embark on this journey, because hey, it's not easy, but I know you can do it. And just believe that everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything will be okay. I'm your personal development coach, C-Positivista. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next video.